What if you could be a superhero? Dave here from DC On Screen. If you love this show and you want to see it continue and thrive, please be sure to visit iTunes or Stitcher and leave us a 5-star written review. The process is faster than a speeding bullet. You don't even have to wear tights or a cape. I mean, you can, if you're into that kind of thing. No judgment. What's important is that you tell the world what you like about the show and why you think they should be listening too. It really does go a long way in helping our show grow and expand, pushing us into more people's eye and ear holes. That was a weird way to put that. By the way, leaving a 5-star written review gets you entered into a drawing to win a free DC trade paperback, DVD, or Blu-ray valued at $15 or less. 1 in 10 will win and will be chosen through a true number generator on random.org. Think of it as our version of that antiquated sexist moment where the superhero saves the girl and she gives him a little jaw sugar. Alright, begging is over. Time for a brand new episode of DC On Screen. Welcome into DC On Screen, episode 323. This is our weekly DCTV news, so beware of spoilers. If it has been released, we might just say something and spoil it for you. I'm David C. Robertson, and I desperately want to open my new 7-inch NECA Arkham City Harley Quinn action figure. She comes with extra hands, a baseball bat, 2 machine guns. She's pretty dope, man. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
That's a thing you got?
That's like the thing I got.
That's a fine thing.
What about your thing? You've been putting together a thing.
Oh, I have a garage now with a pool table.
Yeah, that was the thing I was talking about, the pool table inside of the garage.
Now,
it sounds pretty sweet.
Over the last few weeks, I've learned how to do many things. Move a slate pool table, reconfigure a slate pool table, not die while actually trying to level a slate pool table, which I could feel every muscle in my back and buttocks for like a week after I tried to do that. And apparently rewire a garage. It's been a very learnful week. But so help me.
Yeah.
It's dark right now, and if I wanted to, I could go out to my garage and play pool.
I haven't seen this thing yet.
Oh, it's glorious.
I've seen the garage.
It's glorious.
I've seen the garage many a time.
Yeah, but
I've never seen it with power.
No, no, it's never had power at all. At all. When I showed up, the garage was an actual garage. Like they had an extra line run out to it from the street. I had to cancel the second subscription to service, and have them cut down this dangerously low line that I could like jump up and tap with my hand. It worried me on every level. So yeah, it's just been my garage heretofore has just been this giant box with stuff in it, and then we got all the stuff and took it out of it and put a pool table in, put some lights in.
Yeah.
Very happy now.
You know, I guess
very happy.
At some point your friend Michael brought in a whole bunch of furniture because he was moving and he didn't have room for everything. And actually, if you'd had power, it would have been phenomenal because it had like a couch and like a chair or something.
Oh, there was a moment out there where it was like a couch, chair, all this other stuff. I just it did not have power and did not have any kind of installation at all. So
now with the pool table, kind of wish there was a couch and some chairs.
Yeah. No, we've got a little table, some chairs.
Yeah.
Dartboard.
Yeah.
Well lit.
Anyway.
All my beloved cues hanging on the wall.
Yeah. Now see, the difference between us is you would have pool cues. I would have like cues from Star Trek: The Next Generation lined up on the wall.
Nope.
Like action figures.
Anyway. Not that they would disgrace this space, but I want to be able to hit. I'm sure I could hit things with Q.
Sure.
But not with the accuracy that I currently do.
All right, I'm going to move into news.
Do it.
Supergirl's up first, guys. Peter Gadiot, I guess is how you say that name, talked about his recent appearance as Mr. Mixy Spitalik.
Just say it 4 different ways and see which one gets closer.
I don't feel bad, because they actually did. The producers I saw talked about this. They decided they admitted they couldn't decide how to say it. Mixy Spitalik, though, is how I'll pronounce it. On Supergirl, saying that, quote, I had it pointed out to me that only a few men in history have worn the Superman suit. And then someone else pointed out that I was probably the first person to have worn the Super-Mixy Suit, which has an M emblazoned on it. It's great to be even a small part of this universe. Talking about his search for Kara's heart and the look for his character, he said, I think they did an interesting take, and that they kept the essence of the character true to the origin, but they made him more relatable and updated. They wanted to make it a legitimate possibility that Kara could actually agree to be with him. I don't want that. That's fine. I'll watch it. And I'll be like, all right.
It's only going to be an episode. It'll be here and gone. You'll have mixed blah, blah, blah.
And he can look however he likes.
Yeah.
So whatever.
And he's right.
To me,
he will be the only representation I think the world has ever known of the super suit with M simple.
Mm-hmm. Probably. So in an upcoming episode of Supergirl, Cinema Blend is reporting that Kara will need to run a piece so badly that she will agree to get Snapper Carr an interview with Supergirl. The piece Kara wants to run will reportedly be key to helping shut down one of Cadmus's efforts. That sounds okay.
Yeah. Well, the thing it'll nicely set up is like somebody like Snapper Carr does not seem like the kind of person who's going to be fooled by, Kara with no glasses. Like we've established a couple episodes ago that Kara with no glasses is not a problem for even, Maggie. Mm-hmm. Not an investigative reporter.
Yeah.
This could be a really fun thing that happens. I'm not sure how they're going to get out of it, and I'm sure they're going to make it out of it somehow, but it could be a really fun thing.
I mean, I feel like Snapper has had ample opportunity to figure out that Kara is Supergirl. As last season, Kat had giant pictures blown up of Supergirl like all over the place.
Yeah.
So
sure.
There's been plenty of Supergirl pictures.
When Kat finally calls her out on it, she has to resort to, Martian Manhunter tactics to figure around of it.
That's one of my favorite things, too, from the comics, is like Perry White figures it out. He's like, I knew it. And then, like, he's talking to the Superman. I knew it. Ha, 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 ha. And then, like, here comes Clark walking up. Hey, Mr. White, what'd you know? What's happening?
What's going on?
What? Damn it.
It's a fine thing. But
thanks, John.
But they can't use it again. So, I mean, I guess they can. And if they do, I have to go ahead and ask the show to nod to the fact that John's going to, at some point, ask how many times I'm going to have to do this for you people. Mm-hmm. And then maybe suggest that he had to do it for Clark once, too.
I would love to see Tyler Hoechlin come back and do that. And do it for Kara or whatever, or do it for Clark. Whereas, like, Martian Manhunter doing that, like, Perry's like, I knew it! Ah! And then, like, do it, like, a couple seasons later, pull it in where it's basically the same bit. Where it's like, we've got Superman and we've got Clark together, and someone's like, but Kara is definitely Supergirl. And then, like, have Miss Martian come in as Supergirl, be like, hey, how you doing? I don't know.
There's plenty of space. So much space. But it is set up for a nice little intervention almost. Snapper Carr, it doesn't seem like he's going to take any shit over the subject.
Mm-hmm. So Teri Hatcher, we've already reported she's going to be on Supergirl as a villain. And unfortunately, like what we've seen isn't very telling, but a first shot of Teri Hatcher in the costume department of Supergirl has been released, showing the actress wearing a well-fitting black dress and being fitted for what may be something like a chest plate or possibly a leather-fitted piece.
Look kind of hard to tell. It's not a very informative picture.
She also released a picture of her in Benoist while she was standing there, or while she was there. So, I don't know. Whatever. I'm good.
She's on set. Woo!
She's on set. Things are happening. Please don't act like Astra.
You can do better.
Over The Flash, we got a first look at Solovar. The Flash has an extended trailer for the episode that drops this week called Attack on Gorilla City. Some pretty cool stuff in there, but the big thing is the first look at Solovar. What'd you think, man?
Oh, it looks good.
I thought so.
This is, I get excited about Flash episodes a lot.
I do too.
I am really excited about the next 2 Flash episodes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what we're going into right now is at least going to get me Harry, Solovar, Gorilla Grodd, and an Indiana Jones dressed Julian, who's packing.
Yeah,
they have a good bit in the little extended trailer. I think it's in the regular trailer, but they have a good bit there with so you're going to the Planet of the Apes. It's more of a city, so you're going to the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. It's funny to me how the CW shows very, very much reference tons of science fiction material. Mm-hmm. Material that, in fact, I feel like were partially inspired by the DC Comics properties.
Probably, yeah.
That are now referencing them.
Probably. They definitely know who their audience is.
Look at the original scripts for Star Wars and tell me George didn't know about Adam Strange. That's all I'm saying.
You make a fine point.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But
you make a fine point.
I know he was heavily influenced by the old serials, which is why Indiana Jones is the way it is. Yeah, he was going to do Star Wars the same way. And I guess he still kind of did, but it was more like The Adventures of Anakin Skywalker and His Children, the Skywalker Children, or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Or Star Killer, I guess it was called then. Anakin Star Killer. Why do I know this about Star Wars? I'm not even a big Star Wars fan at all. Anyway, on to Arrow.
Soaking it up. I
do. I'm very interested in the creative process. I mean, I just listened to a 2-hour Mark Maron episode about Lorne Michaels. So
it's good, isn't it?
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's so cool listening to him talk about it.
Yeah.
About his life and everything. And he does sound like Dr. Evil, so it's like,
that meeting really didn't have anything to do with you. I had a place in my head I was trying to fill.
When I started, all of the writers there they were the old guard. They started in radio and then moved on to television when it became a thing. I don't know. It was enjoyable.
It's a good interview.
I owe Lily Tomlin my career. Anyway,
yeah.
So on to Arrow. Comicbook.com has a little bit from Arrow EP Mark Guggenheim on what's happened to Thea recently. He says, everyone's like, where's Thea? Well, Willa's in 14 out of the 23 episodes this year. She's not in all 23. Well, we know. That's not in her contract. So we've had to write around that.
That's why we're doing this piece.
We try to make the process invisible in terms of our storytelling, but there are there's no certain there. There are just human realities and contractual realities that not only tie our hands, but tie the hands of everyone running a show these days.
It also talked there.
Yeah, I mean, that's not telling us what she's doing, why she's not there, but whatever.
No, it just, all it tells us is that at the beginning of the season, or a season before that, hell, I don't know. I don't know when her contract was signed, but it gave a certain amount of episodes that she was required to be there for. Mm-hmm. And those crossover episodes, they aren't necessarily included in the count. We don't know if those were, special compensations.
Right. He also talked to comicbook.com about Prometheus, saying, it's funny, for me, episode 514 is this fulcrum. I like that usage. Mm-hmm. Fulcrum. Mm-hmm. You don't often hear that.
No.
This fulcrum, where a lot of the little seeds that have been planted in the first half of the season start to come to fruition. And you start to realize that Prometheus has been setting up a chessboard. He added about the February 22nd episode. The episode ends, I think, with a sort of the next key move in Prometheus's grand plan. I'm digging the Prometheus thing. I'm interested to see where this is going.
I am. I like that they have such a particular plan for him. And, God, that's coming up this week. Suddenly I'm excited about all the TV this week.
Yeah. Photos from the upcoming Sin Eater episode of Arrow have dropped, and Dinah's black leather jacket has some familiar company. In the field, she's now sporting a bow staff and a black domino mask.
Starting to look canarish.
Canaryish?
Canaryish. Canarilic.
I kind of wish she would just either like, here's your costume. She's like, I don't like that. I'm not doing that. I don't like that wig. Oh, come on.
Oh, in a way, I like the idea that they're just going to kind of put one piece of the costume over here. Like, well, I mean, you should probably cover up your eyes. And I have this thing here. It's just really convenient. And like, well, you need a weapon. And well, I guess I have this stick. Anyway, we got to go right now. So just don't think too much about it.
Yeah.
I kind of like
this?
The
this
idea.
This is creepy. Why do you be her?
Yeah.
Be her.
Yeah. After a while, they just start gaslighting her by saying, like, oh, your name's always been Black Canary. I'm sorry. What? What did you call yourself? Because that was wrong. Because you made poor decisions.
I called myself Warble.
Well, that's not okay. That's not okay. We're here to save you. With Black Canary.
I am the Warble of Central City.
Yeah.
David Ramsey.
The Dark Warbler.
David Ramsey spoke to Cinema Blend recently, and one of their questions was whether Arrow fans should be thinking about the Suicide Squad that exists in the Arrowverse. He said, I can say that we have all the elements. Part of what John Diggle brings to the team is his relationship with Argus through his wife Lila. We're waiting to see how that plays itself out. Diggle was freed last week, and Oliver said to him, you can go home and hug your wife and son. So that's a real viable part of Diggle that we have always seen on camera, but it would be nice to see more because he's married to the leader of the Suicide Squad. What does that play out? How does that look? What are those conversations like? We have all the elements of it. I think we have the makings of it. Argus is a real viable part of our whole universe of Legends, Flash, Arrow, and Diggle just so happens to be married to the leader of Argus, so it's right there ready for the picking. Which
says nothing, but still, it's nice to hear someone talk about it.
Yeah. Arrow EP Mark Guggenheim sat down with Entertainment Weekly to talk about last week's episode Spectre of the Gun, which dealt heavily with issues of gun control and gun violence. The EP explained we went into Season 5 wanting to do an episode about an issue. All right.
You found an issue.
I grew up on St. Elsewhere, picket fences, and LA law. I grew up in a time where it was commonplace, like literally every week, for an hour drama to tackle the issues of the day. Somewhere along the line we got away from that. The whole industry got away from that. Now you have Blackish and Carmichael's show, but as far as network dramas are concerned, they're really not tackling current events, current issues. Gun violence felt like the right topic because of its topicality, but also because of the level of gun violence that is on Arrow. We could have done an episode on abortion, but that's not really where the show lives. So gun violence really felt like the right thing to tackle. It's the 5th season. We've hopefully earned the freedom to, in 23 episodes of television, you can have 22 pieces of candy in one episode of vegetables. I would never want people to watch under false pretenses, so I would probably be very upfront about the fact that it's not a typical Arrow episode. We do explore the issue of gun violence. I would tease it as the best tasting broccoli you'll ever have.
I liked his analogy.
That's fun.
Did like the analogy.
But, you know, I saw a headline that said something to the effect of Arrow edits its politics to appease this right-wing viewership or something. And I thought, that seems about right.
I saw I just didn't even click on it.
I didn't click on it. I saw it, and I thought, of course. Like, you've ever had any thoughts on where, like, about half of these characters are on this topic, because half of them are running around with guns killing people.
Yeah.
And the ones that don't have guns have arrows and are killing people.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not mince words here.
I really like I saw the one piece by I could find the outlet if I wanted to, but it was one of those outlets where I thought, oh, come on, man, you never give me anything. And it was the one piece that said anything like it, and I just thought, I'm not even going to do this.
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit akin to us, like certain ones, like Movie Pilot. Do you ever even actually use Movie Pilot for any of this?
I don't think so.
Like,
no.
do we? Yeah, it's always like I saw one earlier. It was like, it's official. Superman 78 is now part of DCEU canon. And I was like, I had to know what they were talking about. I just had to.
Yeah, what was that?
It was an Easter egg for BVS where someone found, like, on a newspaper in the background, it said Superman shifts tectonic plates to prevent earthquake.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, Guggenheim also talked to comicbook.com about Oliver's progression over the years and his ongoing dilemma over whether he's a killer. He said, one of the things we are doing in the back half of Season 5 is really getting underneath and what that means, not just in terms of morality, but in terms of psychology, specifically Oliver's psychology. There's things about Oliver's killing that you have yet to learn. I don't mind Oliver killing so much.
No, I like that we've
like the
dealt
tug of
with
war,
it so
though.
much. And I kind of like where that's leading as far as there's some psychological aspect to Oliver killing that we haven't yet dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that could be between Talia, the Bratva, and him being back on that island. I feel like there might be a really cool plot point coming up here.
Yeah, I'd be down with it. I mean, seems cool. I don't necessarily
not willing
want
to guess
to
what
keep
they're going
killing
up
forever.
for here. I mean, they've got me on the back of my heels here. I don't know what they're shooting at, but with all that in the mix, I feel like we're getting something good.
And, I hope what you talked about on the review episode was true. I hope they kind of keep up with I hope they kind of do a little bit more with this, with the gun law coming back to bite them. With them exploring, personal protection and vigilantism and killing. I really hope they continue with that thread, because it's a very interesting thread to continue with, and it gives the series a weight that it didn't have before when they're actually really delving into it. So I certainly hope they do it.
Yeah. And it would harken back. I mean, first half of season 1 moved so fast, because it was like, episode 4 or 5 when he gets arrested for being the Hood? Mm-hmm. Or the Vigilante, or whatever the hell he's called at the time. It moves so fast. The idea that Lance was already going to pull him in. And now we have the opportunity to, I don't know, kind of go back and revisit that idea. Mm-hmm. Could be fun.
Yeah, I'm down. Den of Geek has a great picture of an upcoming episode of Powerless featuring Alan Tudyk in full Robin regalia.
Why not?
This is hopefully a reference to Van's short-lived stint as Robin, imposter from the books, from his one and only appearance way back in the Golden Age. I mean, how could it not be?
Yeah. Unless they got super lucky.
Yeah. Jason Spicek? What is it?
I don't know.
You know.
I don't.
I know you have to.
I don't.
Oh, how do you not know?
Sorry. Spizak. I'm going to go with Spizak.
Well, Wally West in Young Justice teased his return to Young Justice on Twitter, saying, "A tiny taste of Wally from the new Teen Titans Judas Contract movie for those who can't wait for Young Justice Season 3. He is also currently voicing Wally West for the upcoming Judas Contract animated feature." That's fun.
Yep. I know this is still news to you, but he was a fun Wally.
I've seen clips, and it seemed like he was.
Mm-hmm.
Which, my Young Justice viewing is growing ever closer.
Where are we on that? Where's the T-minus?
Probably this week.
All right. Have you gotten the Girl Meets World out of the way?
The Girl Meets World is out of the way, and I wrapped up Marin to boot. Both of those shows have ended. I'm done with them. I've finished them. I had 3 or 4 episodes of Girl Meets World to finish. I had 3 or 4 episodes of Marin. Those are done.
All right.
So, looks like Young Justice is next on the plate.
All right. I'm currently interspersing episodes of The Batman.
Ooh.
With A Good Place.
Okay. Is that the thing? The thing about death?
Yeah. Yeah. Ted Danson and Kristen Bell.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I sent you the link to that article that said they were renewed again.
Yeah. Yeah. That was what enticed me to finally actually check it out.
Yeah, I
have some personnel from Pushing Daisies that I did adore.
Yeah, I was on Netflix the other day and I saw the Batman. I went, "Oh, that's next," and I went, "No, it's got to be Young Justice."
Really, you got to do it. You got to do it. Sorry.
I know, and Young Justice is 2 seasons as opposed to 5 or 6 that the Batman was.
Yeah,
so.
Batman. Yeah, the Batman lasts a while.
And when the Batman came out, I was just not willing to give up the animated series continuity yet. And I was just like, it's not the Batman animated series. Stupid Joker with a stupid purple thing.
Yeah.
Stupid red eyes.
I understand. I mean, even on a few episodes in, I was like, why is the Penguin kicking people? What's happening here? What did you pick up in the Orient? This is bizarre.
Yeah.
Is it right?
I've seen some cool stuff out of that show, though, so I'm going to watch it. Obviously, it's DC. I'm going to watch it eventually.
But
still
I mean,
need to finish Beware the Batman.
I'm not sure you need to finish it. The network decided it didn't need to finish it.
I didn't watch all that they had out. That's what I should say.
Yeah. But yeah.
So anyway, Black Lightning character descriptions have been released. Collider is reporting that the characters for the now CW greenlit Black Lightning pilot are out. So here we go.
I mean, as far as I know, that's Collider, though. It's not official, but everyone seems to have the same stat.
Yeah. Jefferson Pierce, male, African American, late 30s to 50. I don't know how that works, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Handsome, that's a wide range guy.
Mm-hmm.
Handsome, fit, with an athletic build. Former 3-time gold medal decathlon winner who is now principal of a high school in South Central Los Angeles. A father figure to his student and hero to the local community. Jefferson is charming, charismatic, smart, and has both warmth and humor. He is devoted to his 2 daughters and remains deeply in love with his ex-wife, Lynn. He also has a great passion for justice and a quick temper that he has spent years learning how to control. Think Idris Elba. Lead. Jennifer, female, African-American, legal, 18 to play 16. Jefferson's younger daughter. Jennifer is a scholar athlete, beautiful with a lean, athletic runner's build. She is the entitled feminist of the Pierce family. Independent and outspoken with a wild streak. Series regular. Anissa, female, African-American, to play 22. Jefferson's eldest daughter, beautiful, quick-witted, and intelligent, intense and passionate. Anissa has a great respect for her father. Anissa balances the demands of medical school with her duties as a part-time teacher at Jefferson's school. Series regular. Lynn, female, African-American, mid-30s to 50, exudes confidence and intelligence. Beautiful, but not to be trifled with. The others were to be trifled with. Can exhibit both great emotional depth as well as a flirtatious, mischievous side. Series regular. I think it's funny that that they all say beautiful. It's funny to me. I just kind of feel like they should be like beautiful, 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 and then like the last one should be like meh,
Ugly AF.
ugly apple farm.
Yeah. Completely what I meant.
Or like modestly hot.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the Strong Bad cartoons?
No.
On the internet, where he's just he answers emails. He's like a little dude with a luchador mask and boxing gloves, but he answers emails, and they ask how he would change the town, and he does this little song, and then he like points to one of the characters. He goes, "And this little weirdo would be a modestly hot girl to help me through the hard times. You know, the kind that's only kind of hot, so she don't mess around with other guys." And if I got a couple of words wrong, I'm sorry. It's been a good 10 or 11 years at least since I saw that.
I'm sure it was a valiant effort.
But yeah, for some reason that would be funny. I don't, it's TV, so everyone has to be beautiful or ruggedly handsome.
Oh, come on. We're talking about CW here.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There won't be... This isn't FX. There won't be weirdly attractive or not attractive people. It's going to be a lot of pretty people.
Mm-hmm. So Injustice 2 had some character reveals. On Valentine's Day, no less, the powers that be at Injustice 2 dropped a new gameplay trailer confirming some of the women will be showing up on the roster. So, the trailer has Catwoman, Black Canary, Cheetah, and Poison Ivy beating the crap out of Swamp Thing, and I saw Batman, too. They were beating the crap out of.
But we were pretty sure he was going to be there.
Sure. Injustice 2 looks amazing.
It does.
Looks really cool.
It just does.
I don't have the thing to play it, but
no, that's why I sound so sad.
Yeah.
I want to play it.
And, I miss not being able to play it.
Yeah.
Play the first one. Anyway, I'm gonna stop whining now. Because I think that's it. That's our show. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep. With a hint of a question mark.
Okay. Well, good.
Well, fine then.
Oh, I wouldn't want to leave anyone hanging.
Fine.
Oh man. So, guys, if you want to help us out, which you've already heard this at the beginning of the show, you heard it at the end of last show. If you want to help us out, though, run over to iTunes or Stitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it. I wouldn't even say a 5-star rating. Leave us a positive rating. Maybe some of you out there have been like, well, if they would accept a 4-star and I could still get in on the contest, I would do it. But they don't deserve 5 stars. All right, leave us a positive rating, and you'll be entered in. How's that?
But then tell us about it.
Don't tell us about it? Is that what you said?
But, no, but go ahead and actually tell us about it, whatever it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you don't think we deserve that star or whatever, let us know why. Be like, sometimes they talk about their lives, and I don't like that. I just want the news.
Not that we won't agree with you.
Well, you're hard-pressed, generally, to find a podcast where people don't talk about their lives a little bit, because people who have the psychology to actually sit down and go, you know what, I bet people want to hear me talk about news. Mm-hmm. They kind of have, they're just going to talk about their lives, too, because that psychology is probably not healthy. We're narcissists, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I thought you meant ADD, but probably a hint of that, too.
Yeah. So anyway, you're hard-pressed to find a podcast that doesn't talk a little bit about their lives. But anyway, that's part of the fun, right? Please be my friend.
Who the hell knows?
But yeah, give us a positive review on iTunes or Stitcher. We're going to enter you in automatically to be a part of this drawing. 1 in 10 win a $15 trade paperback, Blu-ray, or DVD of your choice. So, yeah, I mean, you don't really have a whole lot to lose except for like 5 or 6 minutes just saying, hey, these cats are awesome.
Or
We
any
don't
other
hate 'em.
adjective that you think applies. Just
Right.
throw it in there. Sound anything less than scolding.
Right.
Let us know you're out there.
Guys, until next time, we'll be talking about a whole bunch of reviews and recaps, because we do those. Keep some DC on your screen.